Here we are. We are Gage Blackwood, and we have been roaming between sources of temporal rips in order to prevent 3 tragedies that have occurred there, all of which accumulate to threaten the peaceful relations between humans and the Caldorians? No, Caldoria is the city, floating city that we live on, but I forget the name of the other species. Anyway, we have visited the 3rd location, and that is the year 2310. We're in Sydney, Australia. There's a science conference about to happen, during which, in the altered timeline, there was an assassination. We have to stop that. Our energy is running rather low. If it hits red, we need to boost out of here. We did check our messages. We snuck into Elliot Sinclair's office, and we read some of his private entries on time travel. We saw that he put some darts in the face of this guy who's going to be assassinated. We can throw ourselves into walls. We can throw ourselves off cliffs. Let's refresh our memories with this.
Welcome to the Symposium on Alien Contact at the World Science Center in Sydney, Australia. The primary purpose of this conference is to allow the scientific community a forum to exchange ideas and opinions about joining the symbiotry of peaceful beings. The primary debate will take place in the main auditorium complex on Wednesday at 9 o'clock, with keynote speakers
symposiums.
and world-renowned scientists Dr. Elliot Sinclair and Dr. Enrique Castillo. The debate will be followed by
It's just the 2 of them?
rooms where the many discussions revolving around this volatile issue will be held. Information on discussions.
It is kind of uncanny that he doesn't blink.
Check-in at the entrance of the main auditorium. Accommodations are being provided at the new Sydney Metrocosmopolitan Hotel by the shuttle port in New Darling Harbour. Thank you.
He doesn't blink. It's not a short announcement. Nope, that's one e-pamphlet if I've ever seen one. My next question, though, is where do we go? And I'm increasingly suspicious that... What have we found? Oh yeah, this is where we saw his diary entries. There's nothing else here to be seen. It's a symposium with debate, so I guess since Elliot and Enrique are the only 2 keynote speakers, they must have opposing opinions, right? My only other real question is how the heck do we get out of here? Do we not get out of here? Or is this the door? How did we get in here? Oh, there is the door. Amazing.
Oh, Dr. Sinclair! Aren't you speaking at the conference right now? Wait a minute, if you were speaking at the conference, you wouldn't be here! Sometimes I just think too much. Goodbye, Dr. Sinclair, and don't eat anything toxic now.
How much do you want to bet that person was not given a script for that little sequence? That was incredible. So it seems clear to me that they, for all of these extra parts, they just cast themselves, basically. Well, we were seen, and that might change the timeline for all we know, but we weren't arrested. So we did manage to find maps. And that's the right way to do things, exactly. And we need to step slowly in these corridors and listen to our AI, otherwise we'll be caught.
This laboratory is open to authorized personnel only.
Can we use his card on any other things? Also, all the computers are Australian in terms of vocal inflections and accents. Okay, so main auditorium. We could head out behind us. We can't drag this map around or anything. E. Sinclair, we got Glenner there. We got some storage. I guess we could try and raid the storage.
Dr. Thompson, please report to conference check-in in auditorium complex.
Temporal
This door appears to be lodged shut from the inside. With an added amount of leverage, this door may be pried open.
Is it finally time to use our incredible enhanced crowbar? Whatever it is. We'll come back to that in a second. Oh, crud.
Nice outfit. Security!
They really are pretty cool about stopping people who aren't supposed to be there. I guess we were warned about that before. Just don't go around the corners. That's what you should do. Just not go around the corners. Also, is all you have to do raise your hand and yell security down the hallway through which you came? That is sufficient. It does say temporal anachronism. Why does it say that? How do we open our inventory again? There we go. Well said, Ethan. A fine characterization of the person. I guess you were around for that, huh? You couldn't resist. You couldn't resist imitating him. Out in public, could you? You had to show off your skills, didn't you? Didn't you? I mean, hope work is going well. I'm sure you work on Saturday morning. I certainly do. As you can see. Power crowbar. I've been here the whole oh god, he's dead. I mean, he's fine. Sorry, the game's got me a little on edge. Alright, power crowbar. Oh, look at this. It kind of waggles. 3, 2, 1. Let's try this then. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Now that's power. Check this out. Uh-oh. This looks like the guy who didn't like us earlier. Well, that's not boding well.
Warning. Energy level 5%. Recommend return to TSA prior to temporal link integrity failure.
Blown away. You learn quickly, Grasshopper, but move slowly. You have been incinerated by a fiery plasma ball. Yeah, okay. And we didn't have time to create the antidote to that, let me tell you. So how are we doing for score here? 57 out of 100? We aced the prehistoric part. Can you really earn less than 500 in this game? I guess we'll find out. So it was the wrong answer to go through this door. We didn't even choose to go through it. We just opened it. Ethan says, hello, I'm not... I know you say hello from the Starbucks drive-thru after you said, I'm not at work. All right then, well that sounds leisurely. We've got tea and coffee on the table here. And some refreshing water, always good for standard issue hydration. The Starbucks drive-thru, you say, says Lexi. Never go around the corners. Let's see what else we have to work with here.
This laboratory is open to authorized personnel only. Dr. Elliot Sinclair is currently at the conference. Keycard is required for entry.
Do you only say keycard is required about the one that I could possibly get the keycard to? Bri gotta have her bucks, and by Bri, you
Dr.
mean
Sullivan
Bree.
is currently at the conference. Keycard is required for entry. This laboratory is open to authorized personnel only.
See, I learn anything
Dr.
ever.
Washington is currently at the conference. Keycard is required for entry.
Seems like these long hallways are pretty safe.
This laboratory is open to authorized personnel only.
That sounds very spliced together every time I hear it.
Dr. Hernandez is currently at the conference. Keycard is required for entry.
Dr. Hernandez, eh? I wonder if there's another keycard to be found.
His laboratory is open to authorized personnel only.
It's so bizarre. All right, now we're at the other end, right? Ow. Hernandez, Washington, Nakamura. The other speaker is a guest, right? He sounds a bit smug. The "You Are Here" font is so bulbous and comical.
Biorhythms of life forms detected nearby. Extreme caution advised.
Let's just head in, shall we? Oh.
Hey, who are you? Security, we have an unauthorized visitor in lab building 4.
Forgot about this fellow. I feel like I should have remembered him, though. Expelled. Why don't we get some identification? That. He. Well said. Ah, looks like our AI has been amassing some hints for us. He's the unblinking pamphlet guy? He's a little less chipper when he's off duty, huh? What have we here? Is this where we entered? Yes, it is. And it also sounds like the Enterprise bridge. I don't think there's anything wrong with consulting our AI for a hint, is there?
Dr. Nakamura is currently at the conference. Keycard is required for entry.
Mediocre says, bad news, the Super Game Boy for SNES only plays original Game Boy games and not Game Boy Color games. That, I could have told you that, Ethan. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't realize that's what you meant when you were talking about having a conversation cable. But, it is the truth. There is a lot of cool stuff to be done with it, though, even for original Game Boy games. But I guess that means you can't play the Oracles, huh? You could kick it back to the original Link's Awakening. I sure would enjoy that. Everything sounds like the Bridge of the Enterprise in the future. You know what doesn't? The Bridge of the Enterprise in Star Trek Discovery.
Dr. Terrio is currently at the conference. Keycard is required for entry.
The only official thing I know of that plays Game Boy Color and Advanced games
Dr. Glenna is currently at the conference.
Keycard
is required for entry.
The Game Boy player for GameCube. Apart from the actual Game Boy consoles, of course. Eth says, I used to have the Game Boy player disc for GameCube, but someone must have stole it because I can't find it anywhere. Oh, that's right. You had to put the accessory on and then you had to have a disc. Yeah. Alright, well, it looks like our hints from the AI are no longer available. Maybe if we wander the halls one more time. Yeah, I still have the case, but no disc. It must have been theft. That's the only logical explanation. You don't keep your GameCube games in one place, or anything like that. You're not a radical.
Biorhythms of life
At least
forms
she's warning us
detected
again.
nearby. Extreme caution advised.
Here we go.
Audio amplification has detected personnel in close proximity. TSA Protocol Number 3 forbids any contact with humans
That's
during
not
a
a hint.
temporal
That's just what you.
restoration mission.
Just your customary warning. You've already told us that. Let's have another hint.
Agent 5, you must not compromise your mission by risking contact with other humans.
That's not a hint either. I used to live in an apartment with like 5 people and we always had people over, so theft is a high possibility. Why did you have thieves over, Ethan? Why did you do that? Are there people over this way too?
Hey, I didn't know they let aliens in here.
Hey, buddy, this is a joke, right?
This is a jip, right? But a friend wouldn't steal a... Yeah. Game Boy player disc for GameCube. I mean, that doesn't seem particularly valuable. If you don't have the player, it's useless. So, I don't know. Have you looked on the ceiling? Let's try again. What do we think, folks? If those were hints, I mean, are we in, what the heck? We have an argon and a nitrogen canister. And I feel like we need to refill these things too. And we have the antidote. The Journeyman key doesn't help us anywhere but in the prehistoric era. And we know we need the crowbar. It'd be nice if we could fill that oxygen mask with oxygen, huh? Lexi, I had a Buster Groove disc that ended up being broken because my brother left it out. So I bought a replacement for like $100 because it's a pretty rare game and he did it again? That's a very disappointing story. I'm sorry to hear. That kind of pains me. The GameCube attachment is the cheap part. The disc goes for like $100 now. Maybe they were thinking ahead. All right, let's head back to that lab where we came in.
Is currently at the conference. Keycard is required for entry.
That's Sinclair again. I still haven't learned to navigate this. Is the lab on the right here, by any chance? Yes, it is. Sending results to compound analyzer. That's not an Australian accent. Maybe this game can finally teach me to do a half-decent one, though. You're right, I should congratulate them on their smart financial decision. Exactly. That's the appropriate reaction to all thieves. We want argon because we know that that's going to stop somebody from morphing, right? Give me argon. Give me argon. This is a special argon canister. We do that with billionaires. That's very chic of you.
Dr. Sinclair, your messages have been forwarded to your office.
Analyze this.
Place compound to be analysed into the analysis chamber.
Okay, what about nitrogen? What about our antidote? Can we analyze our own antidote? Oh god, I drunk more of it. So you're saying Jeff Bezos stole my Game Boy player disc? That's right, you've seen the glint in his eyes. Well, this is a fun conversation this morning. Will you, like...
Sinclair Laboratories Molecular Synthesizer Interface SL100C-1.
No data available from Compound Analyzer. Okay, so it seems that nothing we can do here is going to get us any more nitrogen or argon. So, I don't know, maybe we have to leave. I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to be taken to court by Jeff Bezos. None of us are. I'm pretty sure none of us are. Am I completely sure? Well, let's talk about that later. And we've still never used our mapping biochip. Wait, did we use our mapping biochip when we were like piloting the submarine because it wasn't pressurized? That's possible. We were fools for having this conversation over Twitch. Siren, see you in prison, boys. The only one who escapes this conversation out of jail is the Australian AI voice. All right, I think it's time. Hang on, folks. All right. So we were here. What did we gain from this? We gained some cool containers. We got containers, we got an antidote, we got a key card. We have an oxygen mask, but we didn't put any oxygen in it. We can't, wait a second. We can't toggle anything here, can we? I didn't even think of that. Bio-optical contacts, you have to have those, of course. Okay, so where do we go? It seems like we've kind of explored everywhere. Was there more to explore here? That's the place we've been last. So I'm tempted to just go back there and see if there's anything more we can do. Let's do it. This is also a convenient travel method. We can just teleport to Mars because we're doing a time jump. We're doing space-time travel here, folks. So anyway, I'm postponing the Oracle games because I'm stubborn about not emulating games I already own. That is an admirable
Shuttle 1
trait.
has just departed from the East Gantry.
Although you'd think that if a person was willing to emulate a game based on ethical considerations, it would only be the games they own. Unless you mean you're stubborn about emulating games you already own. Anyway, I am given to understand that you will not be playing them right quick. Yeah, we saw our old robot friend there before. I don't really emulate in general. Yeah, nor do I.
Bienvenue à la colonie Morimoto sur Mars. Nous vous souhaitons une visite formidable.
I remember you. And yes, it seems that we have...
Shuttle lock active. Launch not authorized.
It seems that we have warped back to the same point in time again as last time. Keith does, that's his big thing.
Welcome to the Morimoto Mars colony. Have a wonderful stay.
You're super emphatic. He hacks everything to emulate stuff. You know why? It's because they can't keep him down. That's why. Hello, pal.
Out of my way, human, or die.
Tunnel pod has just departed upper transport sector.
I remember looking at the map over here. Let's have another look at this.
Like a celestial siren, Mars lures us to its inhospitable shores with visions of unearthly splendor. Thanks to an atmospheric energy shield, you can enjoy the majestic volcano Olympus Mons, the vast canyon Coprates Minor, and many of Mars's other natural wonders from within the comfort of Morimoto Corporation's Mars colony. The generator for the colony's atmospheric shield lies far beneath the planet's surface, the legacy of the miners whose abandoned caverns this colony is built over. Construction of the colony should be completed by June of 2190. Please enjoy your stay.
Yes, isn't this the region where we managed to make it down to the super radiation flooded area and we couldn't reactivate the shield or something? Maybe we're better equipped to do it now.
The newly erected Morimoto Mars colony rests on the edge of the vast canyon. The colony's gantry, which contains the shuttle docking bay, spans over the Red Canyon. A closer look at the gantry reveals its 140-foot stretch across the canyon and the 3 cockpit module nodes which transport pilots to and from the ships. After launching from the docking bay, shuttles circle the narrow canyon toward the accelerator tube built on the central plateau. The tube allows launch shuttles to easily escape the thin atmosphere of Mars. You are currently in the entry hall of the shuttle port. To your right and left are portions of the old mining colony, which have not yet been renovated. These areas are for authorized personnel only. The main entrance to the colony is behind you. Welcome, and please enjoy your stay.
Ethan, what about a Link to the Past randomizer? I'd have to emulate that. Yeah. Randomizers are quite a thing, aren't they? I'm not sure I've ever quite seen the... I guess I see the appeal. I've never gravitated towards them. Lexi says, I wonder if there will ever be a time travel game that can safely remove your memory of the levels between visiting them and things will slowly change as you progress? Let's look at our lobby again.
All arriving tourists are required to check in at reception area. Please refer to gantry kiosks for maps and information on the Morimoto Mars colony.
Yeah, so maybe our robot friend is responsible for the human bodies we see here. There are people behind here we're not allowed in.
A thermal scan has detected colony personnel in close proximity. TSA Protocol 3 forbids any contact with humans during a temporal restoration mission.
Yes, I didn't understand it well enough to respond to. Hence that response. I assume that you can flesh out exactly what your reasoning would be. We never managed to get this coffee cup. That's our true arch nemesis. Registration... Sector 1 through 18 in its state. What is its storage velocity? 24 towards 4, 5, retro reference testing. Left hand 1. Testing. Swallow is flying. Average velocity. Looks like it has to do with the docking. Ethan, randomizers can make a game you know, start to finish, feel fresh again. They can be fun. Right. That's what I meant when I, mentioned I kind of get the appeal. Lexi, the reasoning would be future and because they can. I mean, I'm not sure I understand what you were saying would be interesting. You mean they'd actually wipe the player's memory, or they would imply that your character's memory was being repeatedly wiped? And how would that tie into, a narrative?
A thermal scan has detected colony personnel in close proximity. TSA Protocol 3 forbids any contact with humans during a temporal restoration mission.
We don't get a thermal animation for that door. And no, it seems there's nothing else we can do here. There is a bit of an Asian kind of scheme to all this, isn't there? I guess Morimoto is consistent with that. Let's check this shelf on the right here just to be sure. It's really more vague future wondering. Yeah. There is a kimono on the back wall. I wonder if it's the staff person's. Maybe we should try to kill ourselves in the airlock. Did the robot leave? Did he fly out the acceleration tunnel?
Warning, there is a serious lack of oxygen beyond this door. Another direction may be advisable.
Let's put on our air filter.
Warning! Life support systems not active beyond this point.
Oof. Well, we made it out alive. Critical abundance of death beyond this door. There is a serious amount of death beyond this door. I think chocolate is a fine breakfast once in a long while, right? I would agree with that. The back is always... Oh, yeah, alright. Okay. Hello, transport. Did this one have a robot on it? I don't remember.
Tunnel pod has just arrived in upper transport sector.
This ambient noise is quite distinctive, I think. What about breakfast food for dinner? It's never been conceived of. All right. Let's review our course. Left, left, right, 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 left, left, left. 2 lefts first, 3 rights, 3 lefts. That's what it was. And we did use our beloved crowbar, which is now no longer there, even though we have warped back to the same point in time as we did when it was there the first time. Bree refuses to eat breakfast food at night. That's how I express sadness. I cough into my left arm. You know, the future is long. And people change.
Please insert security access card now.
Do we forget the card or do we still have the card? There it is.
Caution. Portions of the maintenance transport tunnel are closed for repairs. Confirm accessible destination and clear path prior to departure.
I love that it just says that on their way out. There's some real commentary happening here. Lexi said, "Oh, my family wanted me to make homemade pizza on New Year's Eve, but I convinced them of a waffle bar so I didn't have to do so much work." Oh, that's kind of clever, actually. It's not right. That's what she says. That's her ultimate taboo. A waffle bar sounds great. And I'm glad I caught up on the banter. It makes me feel more like I can fit in with the people of the culture when I listen to conversations like that. Ah, yes, this is where we got our beloved oxygen mask, which I can only assume is no longer there.
Warning, there is a serious lack of oxygen beyond this door. Another direction may be advisable.
So, yes. What's the deal here? Wait a minute. Why does that happen? I click the card and then it's replaced by the oxygen mask? In you go.
This air station is currently empty.
That's right. Well, maybe we need another air station. Did you ever think of that? Bring her on a trip to a place where it is morning while it's night in America, and then have a very intense conversation over place breakfast California dinner. That's right. Couldn't have said it better. There's our other friend. So this time, we can stand here. I can walk into him. We didn't get caught last time. And it was to our advantage, I suppose. This one is actually a little more hostile. Look at us. We don't look at our best. Eliminate us. Finding you a nuisance, the robot made good on its threat. It then tossed your lifeless corpse to the ground and casually continued on its way. Well, at least it got a little bit of a literary attention. Steve, are you losing your ability to read my mind? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just put it in my inventory so I could use something else for a sec. I know Norway has morning. Well, it's still dark out, but that's the opposite of what you're saying.
A strong temporal flux has been detected. Extreme caution advised.
Wait. A strong temporal flux? Did she say that before? She must have. What is that supposed to mean? Let's quickly check our inventory. We could go at it with the super crowbar. Yeah? What about the super crowbar? It even knocks the barrel a little bit. That's kind of nice. Probe. Seems like it's defending itself. Yep. It's worth a try. I don't know how Zankoth lives in constant darkness for 3 months a year. Is he that far north that that's true? Really? Lexi, better idea. Keep her awake until she'll have no choice but to wake up at night. And then offer her breakfast. See, you can offer her breakfast. We're strategizing. She's not watching this, is she? Is she? Is she? Okay, this time I'm avoiding him. Like a good avoider.
Tunnel pod has just departed lower transport sector.
So now we can't go back in the tunnel pod. It seems like, so the impression I'm getting is that in each of these 3 time rips, you know, we can replay them as much as we like, but it seems that there's like a deterministic path with checkpoints past which we cannot double back. There's nothing here for us to do, it would seem. But if we go any further, then we have to deal with radiation poisoning and stuff.
Detecting high concentrations of radioactive particles. Attempting to compensate. Success? Limited. Recommend using additional method of shielding, or using extreme haste when interacting with this environment.
There's an idea, Lexi. How do we do that? We have these distinct containers, which I don't know why they can only carry the things they're labeled to carry. But neither of these things are radioactive, are they? Can we fill the oxygen mask? Alright, let's go in. Worst that can happen is that we'll die.
Shield generator diagnostic repair platform 4.
We're going the opposite way we went the first time. Shield generator, normal, yep. Was it like the second or third one going counterclockwise? That was a problem? Let's check our inventory.
Access panel cover must be unlocked before diagnostics can be initiated.
And there's no clue about how to do that. That's right. That's the best we did. We didn't find any kind of a key.
Access panel cover must be unlocked before diagnostics can be initiated.
If you can use a thing, it tends to switch its angle or something. I don't suppose the antidote actually... Apparently we can't drink it. Here. It would seem.
Access panel cover must be unlocked before diagnostics can be initiated.
And it would seem that if there is something that can unlock those things, it's got to be in this time area, right? So all it will tell us is, A, it's okay. We haven't been seeing, like, other exits behind us that we haven't been paying attention to, have we? A, it's okay, or B, it needs to be unlocked. And it needs to be unlocked doesn't necessarily mean it's not okay. It just means it needs to be unlocked. That's the serious lack of oxygen warning. We've been to very similar looking places before.
This air station is currently empty.
Oh. So I guess turn around means you depressurize it. Let's try one more thing. I think I get how this cryptic machine works now. So now if I turn around, I can actually go into the mines? I can! Didn't work out too well for me. So Ethan says, here's a question. If I were to emulate one of the Oracle games, despite me already owning them, would I be emulating the Game Boy Player disc instead? Since that's the only thing keeping me from playing it legitimately. Good question. Maybe you could emulate the Game Boy Player. Maybe? Let's see. Your history. Just as the TSA historical log indicated, you have witnessed the destruction of the Mars colony. Unfortunately, you did not discover the source of the explosion in time? Is it saying I died because I took too long? Like I arrived 10 minutes before the explosion and waited 10 minutes? I don't think so. Let's get out of here. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna count the number of
generator diagnostic repair platform 4.
We've been changing our chips? What do you mean? Like this stuff? Actually, I do see that we have a couple of hints here. But they may turn out once again to be things that we've already been told. And it looks like these ones only show up when we're actually in the radiation zone.
It is statistically possible that a potentially useful item could be found in another time zone.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is statistically possible that a shielding biochip could be found in a cybernetic device in NORAD 6.
Shielding biochip? That's new. You're right, you're on the same track. A cybernetic device? Alright. Let's do what I was planning to do, and then we'll jump out. Was NORAD 6 the underwater base?
4.
I think it was, right? Okay, so we're gonna count this time. That looks like it was a quarter turn, right? Because once we're through that transport, we're not getting back out. And once again, we are here. Okay, so nothing was gained except for that hint. But the hint is something. There are spaces for up to 5 more biochips. That's a lot. It's pretty unceremonious when we get back. Okay. Yep, NORAD was the underwater place. I don't know, can we get some argon there? Can we maybe get some nitrogen? Can we get some oxygen? I'd love oxygen. And I would also love a shielding biochip, for goodness sake. Let's take a couple of minutes break, and I'll see you after that. Then we'll go to NORAD 6.